So Madden, they didn't drop it, but apparently it's out. So I don't know if it's like official that the top 10 quarterbacks for the new Madden coming out, Madden 25, the top 10 quarterbacks. Apparently those ratings are out, and I have access to them. So I want to know what you think they did for top 10, and then I want to know your top 10, and then I'm going to give you Madden's top 10.
So, you already kind of asked, well, you told me that Madden dropped the top 10. So, what I did is I made a list of what I think Madden made as a top 10. All right?
Yeah.
That's fair?
Yeah.
What I think, this is not my personal top 10.
Okay.
What I think Madden did, so you can pull it up and just double check maybe.
I won't tell you nothing until after.
For sure. Mahomes, Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott. That's my wild card of a way that I think that they would have thrown in their 10.
Okay. Now what's your top 10? Before I give you what they did.
Based on last year's performance, this is how I accumulate this top 10. Last year's performance and or this year's potential. Mahomes, Lamar, Rodgers is obviously this year's potential and his history. Josh Allen, because I'm a little bit biased. Jalen Hurts, Matt Stafford, I'd actually bump up probably above Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts now that I'm looking at this, but that's neither here nor there. Russell Wilson, only because I know he's more than capable. Last season just absolutely sucked. Justin Herbert, and I don't actually have a 10th off the top of my head. That was the 9 I had written down.
Okay.
Wild
card
on 10.
Here is the top 10 according to Madden 25, the newest Madden coming out in August.
Let's hear it.
For the upcoming football season. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Lamar Jackson. Number 3, Joe Burrow. Number 4, Josh Allen. Number 5, Dak Prescott. Number 6, Tua Tagovailoa. Number 7, Jalen Hurts. Number 8, Justin Herbert. Number 9, Brock Purdy. Number 10, Kirk Cousins.
What the? How did I know that nigga Kirk was going to make it in there? I should have put it on here. But how did I know Kirk was going to make that shit, bro?
So now just to give
Brock,
give you the outer layers, 11 Aaron Rodgers, 12 Matt Stafford, 13 Jared Goff, 14 Jordan Love, 15 CJ Stroud, 16 Baker Mayfield, 17 Geno Smith, 18 Kyler Murray, 19 Trevor Lawrence, 20 Justin Fields. That part, the last 16 down from Baker down, whatever. CJ Stroud at 15.
I was going to say, I'll take CJ over Brock Purdy all day. All day.
CJ Stroud at 15.
That's wild.
I know he only played one season.
Kirk Cousin at 10.
That's sorry.
Kirk Cousin at 10.
Let's stick to the top 10. Let's stick to top 10 here. Kirk Cousins is 10.
Yeah. Who was right before that?
Over Aaron Rodgers and Matt Stafford.
But they gave Burrow the credit of the benefit of the doubt, but they don't put Rodgers in. Like, if we're going to talk about...
Which they're technically doing with Kirk, too, because Matt Stafford played a full season last year, and Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers are both rated higher than Matt Stafford. Which that's the... Like, I don't mind them giving ratings for the fact that someone got hurt last year, but what I do...
Rodgers up there on mine,
but I do have an issue with Kirk being the same age... 1 year younger than Matt Stafford, having no fucking ring, having Justin Jefferson to throw the goddamn ball to last season, and he's the 10th.
Gone half the season.
He's above Aaron and Matt Stafford. I mean, I get that Aaron didn't even play last year, but the fact that he's even above, that's why I was bringing up CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud I would have above that.
Circle back. Let's start the list down again.
Start it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mahomes,
Lamar.
So,
I won't even debate 3 and 4. Joe Burrow, Josh Allen.
I don't like the Joe Burrow one. I'll tell you that right now. I don't like the Joe Burrow one.
He got to the Super Bowl before Josh Allen did.
He definitely did, but it was one season.
It was one season, but he got hurt last year. And that's where
I get that you got hurt.
Until he has a bad season healthy or has another non-healthy season and can't finish the season.
Another great. That's where, like, I'd put him in like the 6-7, but that's where.
At this current moment, he's still, in my mind, he's still a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. Yeah, 3.
That's too high for me.
Fair. That's fair.
That's too high for me for Matt Stafford. who won that Super Bowl against Joe Burrow, to be 13.
He's younger, so I get why they would put him higher in a video game perspective, and in people. Because I think you also have to kind of think about this from who you're gonna draft. It's a video game, but also they're going based off of real life stats. So also but also to your point of a video game, what some of the ratings come in is like who somebody would start their team with, right? You would rather start your team with this. No disrespect to Matt Stafford, but if you're drafting today, you're gonna draft Joe Burrow over Matt Stafford.
All right,
so I don't argue that.
Josh Allen's 4.
Josh Allen's 4.
Okay.
5 is Dak Prescott, which is where it gets a little shocking, a little shaky.
Okay, CeeDee Lamb is a top 5 receiver.
Yes.
Dak is not a top 5 quarterback.
I can agree with that. I mean, I see why he's there, but again, to the whole Madden thing and whatnot. But it's tough. It's debatable. I can't say he's not. I can't say he is because he plays so fucking great in the playoff come. You know?
He plays very good.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. That's why
not when he's needed to play good.
And that's why I can see why a lot of people, even again, I told you that.
How much money do they have in that offensive line? This list. He better play good.
Yeah, I read this list to a Cowboys fan, and a Cowboys fan was like, Dak Prescott at 5?
Yeah, he's not top 5.
So I get why people, even a Cowboys fan was
I'll start my team tomorrow with Roger. Anybody behind, not anybody. Keep going on the list. I'll tell you if I'll start my team over.
So now that's top 5 with Dak ending, right? 6 through 10, and this is where it gets shaky, and definitely I would move people up and down because, again, Kirk isn't making my top 10. I don't know how he's in the top 10. Tua is 6. Jalen is 7. Justin Herbert is...
Real quick, sorry. Too high for Tua right now. His potential...
I think so.
You know I'm high on the Dolphins for this season. Potential for sure.
Yes.
This season, or to say he's that right now, he's not that fast. He's not that big. If we're talking Madden, we're talking... attributes. I don't think that he's
just one that I struggle with having above like an Aaron Rodgers and Matt Stafford.
Again, that's kind of my thing with Burrow for the sake of it. I know he got a lot further in his first year or in that 1 year, but
Yeah, no, I hear that.
It was after Tua, then his Hurts.
It was Jalen Hurts, which I think should be above Tua and maybe above Dak. It's just Jalen had a rough end of the season.
I'd rather put Dak has a rough end of his season every season.
I know.
For the sake of I'm starting Hurts. I'm starting Jalen Hurts over fucking Dak every day.
I think I agree with you
there. To the point
there.
of talking about younger players.
No, I think I'd put Jalen above Tua and Dak. Personally, just because, again, what he's done.
Yeah.
Herbert, he got hurt last year, but I do think that guy's good. I think that he belongs kind of at the 8 spot, but I, again, would have him over Tua.
I think I have him around the 8 spot even on mine. I think
I have him above Tua.
For potential and for what they did in the past season, no. Because Herbert had very high well, he was first pick, right?
Herbert?
Yeah, he was a first round draft. He was the number 1 overall pick, 2020. Picked before Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow went second. Yeah. Justin Herbert was picked number 1, 2020. And Burrow went second. For the sake of him being the number 1 draft pick compared to what Tua is doing, obviously they're putting all the right pieces around Tua to make that shit happen. But Justin Herbert and them, they can't find the playoffs. Yeah. They lose games they're supposed to win. They lost to the Raiders 63-20.
Well, he got hurt. I don't know when he got hurt.
I know he wasn't playing their Easton stick. But for the sake of the team isn't trending well. They don't have the pieces around what he.
Yeah. Brock Purdy at 9, Kirk Cousins.
I don't like Brock in the top 10. I understand the idea of starting a team with him over other guys, sure. But I don't think he's a top 10 overall quarterback.
I don't either.
Him especially not over guys like Rodgers,
Stafford.
Like
the two I really struggle with, at least being in the top 10, are Brock and Kirk. The others I all get being in the top 10. Even Dak, I don't agree with him maybe being in the top 5, right? But he's at least top 10. He's gonna be in the top 10.
On the right team, I'll take Baker Mayfield over Dak and Purdy.
I know. I'm just talking about like talent wise, like
sure.
top 10 quarterbacks talent wise. Like, you're gonna have some fucking Kyler Murray fans in here. All of y'all, fuck off.
Tyler might make.
We don't even need to involve him in the 15. Conversation. Yeah, I just struggle with Brock Purdy and Kirk being 9, 10. Because, again, I'd move Dak around that area. I'd move Tua around that area. And I
For
would move
sure.
Aaron and Matt Stafford into that
Yeah.
list for sure.
Kirk is off the
And
list.
CJ Stroud. I know he only had one season, but I'd have to fight to not put him at 10.
I'm putting him at probably I have a wild dog. I don't, on my 10th. I don't have a 10th pick. I don't think I put Stroud there at 10, but he's definitely no more than 12.
Yeah.
He's
To your
definitely
point of who I'd start a franchise with today, my pick would be Stroud. But that's has not personally in my list
Right.
of top 10 quarterbacks, has nothing to do with top 10 quarterbacks. But if I wanted to start a team today, CJ Stroud is a fucking dog. I'm taking that man right now. Personally.
Real quick, only because we're on the topic of it, and if we're starting a team with somebody, I hope that Joe Milton kid that I mentioned that went to the Patriots, I hope he gets the job. I hope he gets the job because I think he's going to be a Stroud when he gets to start.
Yeah, that's
a wild list with Kirk there, with Brock at 9, with Dak at 5. Tua, I mean, I guess you can put him for potential for sure. I just don't think I don't think top, what, 6?
he's at 6. I would move him a little bit lower,
I don't think he's the 6th overall quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
No. I can't.
Yep, so that's the Madden top 10 quarterback list.
Kirk.
Yeah, fucking Kirk and Brock, bro.